Hey Coco Network crew, and welcome to a super special adventure. Have you ever built a huge world in Minecraft, raced cars at super speed, or battled monsters with your friends online? All that fun comes from video games. Today we're going on an amazing journey to explore the entire history of video games, from their very beginning to the cool games we play today, and even what's coming next. Get ready to discover the magic. Imagine a time even before your grandparents were born. In the 1950s and early 1960s, computers were not small like phones or laptops. They were huge, taking up whole rooms. But smart people working with these big machines started making little games. It's a bit tricky to pinpoint the absolute first video game inventor, as the concept evolved over time. However, two key figures are often credited. Bro William Higginbotham created Tennis for Two in 1958, displayed on an oscilloscope. While a simple game, it's widely considered one of the earliest interactive electronic games. In 1958, a game called Tennis for Two was made. Then, in 1962, came Space War, where two spaceships flew around and shot at each other on a screen. Ralph H. Baer, often called the father of video games, developed the first prototype for a home video game system, the Brown Box, in 1967. This led to the release of the Magnavox Odyssey in 1972, the first commercial home video game console. These weren't for buying in stores, they were just experiments, but they were the tiny seeds of every game we play today. Then came the 1970s, and bam, video games jumped into special places called arcades. These were loud, bright, and full of fun. Arcades became super popular. The first big hit arcade game was Pong in 1972. It was like Tennis for Two, but in a cool machine. Everyone wanted to play. Soon, more amazing games came. Space Invaders, 1978. Little aliens came down the screen and you had to shoot them. It was a huge hit. Asteroids, 1979. You flew a spaceship and shot at big rocks floating in space. Pac-Man, 1980. This little yellow circle eating dots and running from ghosts became a worldwide superstar. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Donkey Kong, 1981. A big ape throws barrels, and a brave carpenter named Mario tries to save a princess. This was Mario's very first game. These games made people line up for hours. It was the golden age of arcade games. But what if you wanted to play these fun games without going to an arcade? Well, get ready for another huge change. Games started coming home. The very first home video game console was the Magnavox Odyssey in 1972. It was simple, but you could play games on your own TV. Then in 1977 came the Atari 2600. This console had game cartridges, so you could swap out games. Millions of families bought an Atari, playing games like Pitfall and home versions of arcade hits. In the mid-1980s, a company called Nintendo launched the Nintendo Entertainment System. NES, this console was a massive hit. Games like Super Mario Bros. And The Legend of Zelda brought amazing adventures right into our living rooms. Nintendo also made the Game Boy in 1989, like Tetris and Pokemon Anywhere. Sega also joined the fun with their Sega Genesis, creating a big competition between Nintendo and Sega. Graphics were getting better, from simple 8-bit to more colorful 16-bit worlds. The 1990s brought another amazing change. Games went from 2D, flat like a picture, to 3D. Characters and worlds started to have depth, like real objects. The Sony PlayStation, 1994, and Nintendo 64, 1996, led this change. Suddenly, Mario could jump in a fully 3D world in Super Mario 64, and Link explored a massive 3D Hyrule in The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Games felt more real than ever before. At the same time, the internet started to become popular and games jumped online. Now you could play with or against other people who were far away. Games like Ultima Online and EverQuest let thousands of players explore huge virtual worlds together. Microsoft's Xbox, 2001, also pushed online gaming forward with Xbox Live. The 2000s and beyond brought even more incredible changes. Graphics became so detailed, almost like real life, and gaming became even more social and available to everyone. Consoles like the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5 and Xbox 360, Xbox One, and Xbox Series XS pushed graphics and gameplay to amazing new levels. Nintendo's Wii brought motion control, making gaming active and fun for everyone, and the Nintendo Switch lets you play amazing console games anywhere. But the biggest change? Your phone. Mobile games like Angry Birds, Candy Crush, Subway Surfers, and Pokemon Go made it easy to play games anywhere, anytime for quick fun. And huge online games like PUBG and Roblox brought millions of players together from all over the world, building, battling, and creating. Gaming also became a huge show, with esports, where professional players compete and people watching others play games online. So what's next for video games? The future looks super exciting. Virtual reality, VR, putting on a headset and feeling like you are inside the game. Augmented reality, AR, games that mix with the real world, like Pokemon Go. Playing big games on any device, even a phone, without needing a powerful computer, because the game runs on the internet. Games that use artificial intelligence, AI, to make new stories or challenges for you. Video games are not just fun, they can also help us solve problems and think creatively. Work together as a team. Learn new things about history, science, and even coding. And most importantly, they help us connect with friends and family and have amazing adventures. A decade later, Ralph Baer, the father of video games, envisioned games in every home. His brown box paved the way for consoles that would rallied Sony, PlayStation, Microsoft Xbox, Nintendo Switch, Tencent mobile gaming investments, Electronic Arts, EA Sports, Battlefield, Epic Games, Fortnite, Unreal Engine, Activision Blizzard, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft. Wow, what an amazing journey through the history of video games. From simple lines to huge virtual worlds, games have come so far and they keep getting better. What's your favorite video game from history or today? Let me know in the comments below. And if you loved this video, please like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Coco Network for more awesome videos. Thanks for watching and keep on gaming. Bye for now.
Game over.